Alright, so I'm doing this again, day 2. This is my free balling. Feels like it's very ironic that I'm doing these vlogs. Kind of contemplating what is the difference between a vlog. What is the difference between a video where you're posting yourself talking to YouTube and a journal? There's similarities. I mean, you're really just talking to yourself. I mean, I'm talking to myself right now. I'm in a room by myself, talking to myself. Maybe I could be doing it out in public, maybe I could be engaging people with myself, but I'm talking to a mirror of myself. But we do this kind of thing with social media where we are typing our words, we are putting our pictures, we're putting our content out into the internet. And if we just think about what that actually is there's just this device, this thing in front of us that we're just putting our introspection, and then it's just blasted out for people everywhere to see. But everyone's doing it. I'm doing it right now. I'm kind of cheating because I'm putting it to YouTube and I'm deliberately not sharing it on any other social media platforms. I don't know if that's cheating with my vlogging 30-day thing. But you know what? Again, I'm doing this for myself, I think. So, I'm just going to cheat. Because, yeah, I am kind of wrestling with how engrossed we are, how engrossed I am with technology. And I feel like an old soul. You know, I really do miss. I miss the time. I miss the 90s. I miss the time before cell phones, before technology, and kind of seeing how much it's consumed our lives and consumed the way we live our lives and interact with people in society. And is there a way to go back? You know, I guess people do this thing. I've done this thing so many times where I'll be like, you know, I'm not going to do Facebook anymore. I'm going to unplug. I'm going to take my 2 weeks off and then feel kind of like refreshed from like my technological vacation, and then you come back to it. And sometimes people do this for different lengths of times. I've done it for different lengths of times, numerous occasions. And you know, some people will abstain from certain apps. So I knew a girl who would not do Facebook and was only on like Instagram and Google+. And then for a long time, I never got on Instagram. I never did Instagram. Or I said I never do Twitter, but then I did for a few weeks. You know, there's so many different kinds of apps. And then there's so many different things that we're engrossed in and that we're plugged into, and it's plugged into us. And it's very all consuming. And you know, different people disconnect in different ways. But we're all in some way connected. If you don't have an internet footprint, if you don't like have a LinkedIn, or if you don't have, you know, the different services, then you're not relevant on the job market, you know, or if you're trying to get into industries that have anything tech related, even like film, there's all these different things that you have to like maintain, if you're getting into the film industry, if you maintain like an IMDb like footprint, or it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And there's some ways that we've got to be able to get out of this thing. You know, there's a lot of really beautiful aspects to all of this technology, but at the same time, there's something very disconnecting about being in a room full of people and our impulse is constantly to look at our phone when we're surrounded by people, even when we're out with our friends. It's the most frustrating thing to me to be sitting at a table and in a restaurant or out having a night with friends and people are constantly pulling up their phones. And then I realize I'm doing it too. You do this weird thing where you pull out your phone and you look at it, you're looking at the time, and then you put the phone away. And then you realize a few seconds later, what fucking time is it? You didn't actually look, it's this like twitch. And I think we do that with technology. And I'm just kind of wrestling with, is there a way to get away from that, to live a life without it? Or is there a way to embrace it without it being this thing where you're consumed by all of the social media, or this constant state of trying to watch all of the shows that are being pumped out for our need to binge everything. I mean, I do it all the time. You know, Netflix, Hulu, HBO Go, Amazon Prime. You want to be on all these streaming services. You want to YouTube. You want to just be on it. Snap. We're constantly checking our snaps. It's all about being relevant. Everyone's doing all these different things, and it's how we keep up with people, but yet we're not really connected with them. And nothing I'm saying is new or anything, but I'm kind of just wrestling with it because there's got to be a balance. We can't fully disconnect from technology, but we can't fully embrace it and be consumed by it. And so where is that balance? I don't know. I don't know where that balance is. And again, back to my thought about when we're doing these things with YouTube, what I'm doing right now, this vlogging thing, am I talking to myself in a room all alone? Or am I talking to people everywhere? If I'm journaling through video, when you journal, are you writing in your journal with the expectation that someone's going to read your journal at some point? I don't mean writing a book or doing any of these things, but really, like, when you write a journal, that's introspection. That's for yourself, right? I can't imagine ever just going around and letting people read my journal. That's for a few very maybe intimate people. But even like me personally, I would not, never shown. I don't think I've shown any of my journals. That's not true. My second girlfriend, high school sweethearts, you know. But what I mean is that level of intimacy. But now we're doing this thing where I feel like vlogging, in some forms, vlogging shares a lot of similarities to journaling, and so diary entries or whatever. And but then we're sharing it with everyone and no one at the same time, because as I share this YouTube video to my YouTube channel, who's really going to view it? Because I don't have all the followers, because I'm not constantly up. I would have to maintain, I'd have to constantly posting all the time. I'd have to be pursuing viewers. I'd have to be flashy and making edits and, you know, making sure my video wasn't more than 10 minutes. This is 10 minutes now. So, what's the point? I don't really know. Is it to gain a fan base, to get an audience base? What does this actually do for our lives in the long run? Like, it makes you more popular, maybe you get more connections, and then it helps you with the gigs you're doing. But I find myself constantly using social media. I'll use Facebook. Facebook's the one I probably use the most. I'm posting, even today was the Super Bowl, so I'm posting all of these, trying to be kind of witty about the commercials or what's going on, and constantly looking to see how many likes am I getting, is anyone commenting on my page. We're all doing this thing. How we want to be relevant, we want our friends or other people to care about us, to care about what we're doing at that moment. And society must be in this way in just different ways before technology and the internet really came into existence and ingrained itself in our lives. But I feel like we're such an extreme, and we're so disconnected from each other, and society, we're all separated into all these different bubbles, our different cliques, our different tribes, and that's how we get our followers. Obviously I'm going to have views, and I'm going to say things that are going to cater to certain people, and certain people are going to like it more than other people. And so then if I really want to get famous, then I'm going to hone in on those people, or find a way to talk about things that translate cross-dimensionally over different tribes so that I get more followers or whatever. I find that human experience, or something human that garners all these different people to follow me. But it's constant pining for like the social gratification, and it's really necessary. Is it really necessary to live our lives, to do the jobs that we're looking to do? I don't think it is. But to a certain extent, it kind of is in our day-to-day lives. Especially as everyone does it. And so that's the question I wrestle with. Where is that balance? So I guess I wonder, how do you wrestle with that balance? What do you do? What do you not do? So, if you're watching this, and you watched it this long, get a life.